Audio Offline Renderer is a tool built for engineers who would like to have a precise and transparent result. It gives you focused offline audio processing without any unnecessary conversion or hidden processing that leads to coloration. The goal is simple: process only what needs to be processed and leave everything else alone. Bit for bit, what you see is what you get. Let's start by dragging an audio file into our main audio track preview. Once audio track is loaded, we can start setting up the fades and the trims. We turn on the fade by pressing on it. Then we can use the trim handle to find the beginning of the track and adjust our fade. We can preview our fade and add some seconds to the preview so we can hear it in the context of your music material. Let's do 2 seconds. Once it's stopped, we can go and adjust the fade out. We can increase the waveform size with the waveform handle and adjust the fade to our liking. Then we can also zoom in and preview our fade out. Adding amount of seconds that we want for the preview is helpful. Once we are happy with our fade, we can go and have a look at the whole track with our audio preview, zoom in and move quickly to the right side or the left to view our fades in the context. You can also use your keyboard to navigate just like you would do in a DAW. Pan flip. If we wish to switch the panning of the track, we just press pan flip. What it does is switching the left and the right in the code itself, so it's the most cleanest processing possible. Another thing we have is adding audio watermarks. We can add random white noise to different sections of the track. This helps to ensure that unpaid delivered work to a client cannot be used. Of course, we can set it up in different sections and adjust the volume and size of the watermark. Then we can also add our own custom watermark file. We load it in, listen to it, Tom Alone Productions, and adjust the trim, fade for the audio watermark. You can even normalize it so it's louder. And as you can see, they are already appearing on the audio preview section, and we can rearrange them to choice. As you can tell, the watermark is in place. I can adjust the volume. Tom Alone Productions. Next, full metadata read and write. That means that if we already have metadata written into the file, it will appear here, and if not, we can create our own metadata. I can add a photo, add a title of the song, add the artist name, producer. You can even add the musicians. So if you want to add a box, you can just hit the plus button and write what you want to add, then enter, and it will add a box. Once you are ready to deliver the file, you hit the render button, choose the destination folder, and once you do that, a render complete message will appear with a quick link to take you to your rendered folder. Inside the rendered folder, you will find 2 files in this case. One is of the actual file. You can see that fade in and fade out, trim and pan flip was engaged, and another separate file that is the same processing plus the watermark. So you're always going to get 2 files if you're using watermark. Then a plain text with all the editings, just so you can have a record, and a full session recall file that once you press it, it will open automatically, a total recall of how exactly the session was before we export it. That's all for Audio Offline Renderer. More updates are coming. Stay tuned and enjoy creating music. Thank you very much.